I'm Liam O'Neill, I'm a professional golfer from England, and I'm a creator on OnlyFans. Head to my page to see all access, behind the scenes content. See you there. Yeah, so I started when I was 10 years old. I initially got a set of golf clubs for Christmas. Ever since I picked up a golf club, I was obsessed with it, to be honest. Pretty much played every single day until I was 16, and then left school, played full-time golf and international golf and traveled the world as an amateur. And then when it got to 19, 20, I turned professional. Initially, it did come quite naturally, probably from playing other sports, lots of other ball games, tennis, football, which I played when I was young. It did come quite naturally. It was always Tiger Woods. Even to this day, it is Tiger Woods. If Tiger's playing, I'll be watching. Yeah, I mean, I've won a number of times as a professional. I think, like most sportsmen, I'm quite critical. I'd like to be further developed on, and accomplish more. I'd like to progress and look at playing on the Live Tour and everything they're doing. And, their movement in golf is obviously progressing at quite a speed. So I've got some short-term goals which I'd really like to accomplish in the next 6 to 12 months. The place that every golfer wants to play is the PGA Tour. In America, it's where Rory's playing, it's where Tiger plays. But now, we've got opportunities globally, which is fantastic. Yeah, it's a good question. So obviously you've got different courses, you've got different climates. So obviously the ball reacts differently. Depending on where you're playing around the world, your practice is obviously very much focused on those specifics. I was in Scotland last week playing St Andrews in wind, hard, firm conditions. So I was working at keeping the ball out of the air essentially. Whereas if I travel to America or Asia, sometimes the ball's very much through the air. So everything's soft and not as much wind. There's many golfers around the world that have the ability. Your physical capabilities get you so far. The biggest challenge is mental. Once you've got the capacity to hit the shots, play golf to a certain standard, it's 75% mental from there. Just being resilient, focusing on yourself, your own game, your own career. Just being headstrong, I would say, is important. I think stoicism is a huge thing, especially in golf and in sport. There's been a lot of reaction, yeah. I've had a lot of questions, daily I'll go to the local coffee shop and, the barista will see OnlyFans on my top and they do ask, what's OnlyFans? Do you work for them? Are you on OnlyFans? And I say, yeah, I'm on OnlyFans. I'm a professional golfer and alternatively to just competing, I'm sharing content on the platform. It's practice sessions, workout videos. Got a couple of miniature dashing dogs which appear on there. You do get a lot of questions, but you get used to it and it's, people are interested, which is a good thing. The natural misconception is probably that it's an X-rated platform. Essentially, the only creators that are on there are, creating that sort of material. Well, I obviously know after being on the platform that's not the case. I first actually came up with the thought of how could I use OnlyFans and monetize my content when I saw Derek Chisora. I then saw a lot of the MMA fighters were on there, the UFC guys. Suddenly, once you start delving into it, you realize it's making big moves. There's definitely more of a behind the scenes, just a day-to-day lifestyle really that I share with my fans. On Instagram, it's probably more tournaments. I create reels and content which go on there, whereas OnlyFans is more personable. I've had a couple of people reach out and say, look, I'm struggling out of the bunker. Could you just send me a tip? Show me how to do this. And again, I'll just make a quick bunker video, send it across and be really thankful for that. Whereas obviously on other social platforms, you wouldn't really get that sort of interaction. On OnlyFans, the direct messaging interaction is much more, which is great for anyone subscribing to the page. More athletes see themselves as a brand and not just an athlete, which I think is huge. That lends to OnlyFans, again, monetizing content and essentially using and having another revenue stream. You've got golfers who maybe go out and compete. Well, that's sometimes their only revenue stream. If you expand your mind and be quite creative, you think, well, actually, I can use OnlyFans to give out lessons or tips. You can monetize your content and still focus on your sport. And it's probably the same in any sport. Consistency, post daily, post numerous times a day, mix that content up between video footage, photos, be open to letting people in on the lifestyle, if it's pets, if it's partners, whatever that is. Again, tips, I think in any sport, if you're a football player or a baseball player, I think people obviously want to delve into the technique, and if you can give out those tips, I think they're priceless, really. I'd just like to say thanks for subscribing. I've got some exciting things coming, especially in 2024. I won't spoil the surprise, but it's going to be good, so stay tuned.